In this video, we're going to be covering 4 basic pranayama or breathing exercises that you can utilize for your meditation practice, specifically at the beginning of your practice and sometimes during your practice. And they're really good at getting your breathing under control, controlling your rate of breath, attaching yourself to the present moment. And each of them has their own intent, their own purpose, their own benefits that we will discuss as we go through each of them. Beginning with what we call ujjayi, or the oceanic breath because of the way it sounds. It's done by maintaining a slight constriction at the back of your throat while inhaling and exhaling through the nose. I'll do it now. It's kind of hard to see what's actually going on, but it's easy to hear what's going on. So I'll try to perform it now into the microphone, and you'll kind of understand where it gets the name of oceanic breath from. So hopefully that was picked up on the microphone. And as you can tell by the sound of it, it kind of sounds like ocean waves coming in and drawing out. It's a very calming feeling, and it's something you can anchor yourself to or anchor your focus on before or during your meditation practice to really bring yourself back to center and, back into the present. The next breathing exercise we're going to focus on is called Dirgha Swasam, also known as the full yogic breath. The full yogic breath involves utilizing the entire capacity of your lungs as opposed to the common shallow chest breathing I see with a lot of people. So how to perform this and really, feel it in yourself or in the body. I like to use both the hands, placing the left hand onto the abdomen and then the right hand onto the chest. We begin by exhaling completely and then inhaling into the left hand, allowing the abdomen to expand. And then continuing that inhalation in between both hands, allowing the ribs to expand outward. And you'll feel it expands in this area and into the middle back and slightly outward. And then from there, we inhale, continuing that inhalation into the right hand. And then the chest and the collarbones will lift slightly. And then to finish off the full yogic breath, we exhale out, beginning with the right hand, allowing it to drop. And then moving into the ribs, allowing them to draw in. And then into the abdomen, pulling the navel towards the spine. And then we repeat that same pattern, again and again for your desired amount of time. Now, this breath is very good at stimulating your parasympathetic nervous system. It comes with a greater increase in lung capacity as opposed to straight diaphragmatic breath, which is just breathing into the abdomen. And it also enhances the transfer of oxygen from the lungs into your blood because you are using the entire capacity of your lungs as opposed to a small portion of it. The next pranayama exercise we're going to be talking about is anuloma viloma, or alternate nostril breathing. And this exercise utilizes one mudra for each hand. And those mudras are Chin mudra for the left hand and Vishnu mudra for the right hand. So first, Chin mudra is done by bringing the index finger and the thumb to touch lightly. The remaining 3 fingers rest beside each other, touching lightly, and you rest your hand on your left knee or left thigh area. And we bring the index and thumb to touch because this mudra, it represents the unified nature of human consciousness. The index finger representing individual consciousness and the thumb representing collective consciousness. So chin mudra, left hand, left knee or thigh, and on the right hand, we do Vishnu mudra. Vishnu mudra is done by bringing the middle and index finger into the pad of the thumb. The remaining two fingers, the ring and the pinky, are extended, touching, and the thumb is also extended. From here, we bring the arm up and across the body, resting the arm on the chest as kind of a support, because it can get tiring holding this for a long period of time. And you bring it across to the face, the thumb being for the right nostril, and the ring and pinky fingers are for the left nostril. And to perform the actual breathing exercise, it's done to a ratio of 1-4-2-1. So that representing a certain count of seconds for each action of the exercise. The traditional sequence would be inhaling for 4 seconds on the left, holding for 16 seconds, exhaling 8 seconds on the right, inhaling for 4 seconds on the right, holding 16 seconds, exhaling 8 seconds on the left, and then repeating that sequence over again. So it would look like this. Exhale completely. Block the right nostril. Inhale with the left for 4 seconds. Plug both nostrils, hold for 16. Exhale on the right for 8 seconds. Inhale on the right for 4 seconds. Hold both nostrils, 16. Exhale on the left for 8 seconds. And then repeat that for as many rounds as you choose. Now, you don't have to do that traditional amount. If you've never done this exercise before, the 4-16-8-4 can feel a little tough in the beginning. So I recommend doing to a ratio of 1-2-2-1. So you inhale for 4, hold for 8, exhale for 8, inhale for 4. It's a much easier sequence for a beginner, and then you can move on up to the full sequence of the 4-16-8-4. This is, it's a balancing breath. It's meant to balance both sides of the body. If we're talking, the astral body, the nadis in your body, it's meant to balance the Ida and Pingala nadis in the body and really help you find, a sort of inner equilibrium. The last pranayama exercise we're going to be discussing in this video is Kapalabhati. And Kapalabhati is one of the Shat Kriyas. It is a cleansing breath for the nasal passages and the lungs. It's really good at stoking that inner fire, that Agni, if you're familiar with that term. And it's done by performing a conscious exhalation through the nose, drawing the abdomen back and slightly upward, followed by a passive inhalation by relaxing the abdomen, and a natural, inhalation will happen through way of your diaphragm. It looks like this. I'll show you from the side so you can get just another angle at it. This is one of my favorite breathing exercises. It's one I usually do before all of my meditation practices. Now, for the actual sequence of it, my recommendation for a beginner sequence would be to take 2 full yogic breaths as described earlier, and then do 1 round of 30 repetitions of Kapalabhati, 2 full yogic breaths after those 30 repetitions, then do a comfortable inhale, hold that inhale for around 30 seconds to 1 minute, whatever you're comfortable with. And then that's 1 round. And then you can repeat this typically from 1 to 3 rounds before the beginning of your meditation practice. A couple of other things to mention about the practice of Kapalabhati concerns the hands and the rest of the body. Traditionally, both hands are held in Chin Mudra for the duration of your practice. And then in relation to the body, you want to be careful to notice of where you're holding tension throughout the practice. Your focus should be on a tall, comfortable posture, the mudras in both hands, the exhalation through the nose, and the drawing of the abdomen back and up. You don't want to be holding a lot of tension in your face. It should be relatively relaxed. And then I find the same with the shoulders. They can be a little hunched at times. So maintain, a relaxed posture in the shoulders. And over time, all these cues will become, they'll become habit. And then you'll really come to understand the practice. And it's a great tool to add to your meditation practice and to your daily pranayama practice if you have one. If you don't have a daily pranayama practice or don't utilize any of these currently, I highly recommend adding a few or all of these into your daily practice, and you'll continue to see a host of benefits to your daily life and your meditation practice through regular utilization of all of these different breathing techniques.